Good evening, everybody. I am Ankur Chowdhury, faculty at School of Planning and Architecture at UPES University, Dehradun. In next half an hour, I will be telling you about Masters of Planning that is offered by School of Planning and Architecture at UPES. First of all, we need to understand what is planning or urban planning. Generally, people get confused with architecture, civil engineering, and urban planning. These three fields go hand in hand. Architecture deals moreover with the building design. It basically confines itself inside the plot. If we talk about civil engineering, it deals with the engineering structural aspect, basically the strength part of the various structure systems. So in this, we design bridges, we design roads, we design structure of buildings and these kind of things. If we talk about urban planning primarily deals with the planning of cities. When we put lot many buildings together and we do their engineering, that time we deal primarily with the urban planning. Urban planning is a technical and a political process that primarily deals with the use of the land. For this use of the land, many of the plans are prepared. It deals with the design of urban environment, including air and water, and the infrastructure passing into and out of the urban area, such as transportation and distribution networks. This is an example of a regional plan of Mumbai. You can see that for a larger area of 4,000 kilometers, a regional plan is prepared. In this, it is very clear that the green area and the built up area is segregated and transportation corridors are visible. There is another plan called development plan. You can see on the screen. This shows the master plan of the Bhopal. You can see the roads and the various land use allocated to the existing land. So it shows where the commercial will come, where the residential will come, how we're going to retain the lake, how how the city will grow in the coming years. There is a third hierarchy of plan, that is a zonal plan. So we had talked about regional plan, we had talked about master plan, and there is a third type of plan called zonal plans, in which we focus upon small area of a master plan that may be 25 hectare, that may be 200 hectare, that may be 400 hectare. That depends upon the what size of the zone is. So it further details the components, like inside the residential area, where the commercial will come, where the small parks will come, how the transportation corridor will go. All those things are marked in this. These are prepared under the state acts called Town and Country Planning Acts, and every state have its own act, and they prepare all the types of plan, whether it's a regional plan, master plan, or a zonal plan, depending upon the act. Then out of these plans, lot of projects come out. Like you can see in the zonal plan, there are lot of projects which are visible. Like you will be making roads in future, you will be making public transport in this area, you will be basically building in the residential area, you will be requiring a lot of infrastructure in this area. Then followed by a project, there will be lot many projects. Maybe in this zonal plan, there may be more than 100 projects that will come up. We also need to understand why planning is necessary in India. Basically, we need to understand the cities. They makes us richer, they makes us smarter, they make us greener also, they makes us healthier, they makes us happier. It is a quote by the Edward Glaser, and he had written a book on the triumph of cities, how basically cities are changing the life of the people. Basically, people are moving to the cities. Why they are moving to the cities? Because it is offering them the opportunity, a chance to grow. As you can see in the image, that the red dots, most of the urbanization in the world will going to happen in India, and almost the by 20 2030, the population of India will be 1.5 times. I'm talking about the urban population. It will be 1.5 times the current one. We have a very large urban system. We have 7,935 towns as per the 2000 census 2011. Out of that, 53 are the metropolitan towns. Those are more than 10 lakh populations. So we need to plan most of the settlements. But there are huge challenges to reap the opportunity. And as you can see in the image, nearly 80% of the sewage in developed countries is discharged untreated and pollutes rivers, lakes, and coastal areas. In developing countries, 70% of the industrial waste is dumped untreated into water where it pollutes the potable water. And this is very much visible in the case of Yamuna and Delhi. This is the current transportation situation in many of the cities, not at the CP in Delhi. And India loses almost 60,000 crore due to the traffic jams annually. So we need to plan the roads in a better fashion. Similarly, with the water crisis, only two cities in India have 24 by 7 water supply. And you would have heard about the tanker related issues that happened in Delhi. And this challenge, the lack of infrastructure and other things, environmental degradation and many other things, this challenge need to be turned into opportunity to harness the benefit of urbanization. This is because what we are doing in India is people come to the fields, they build their houses, and then they ask for infrastructure. But in the other countries, the situation is not that way. They build the infrastructure first, then they build the houses, and then the people come. This is a situation where the infrastructure is provided in a later stages. But you can remember CP. It is a throbbing place till date, and the infrastructure was provided in a very earliest stage. Currently, the central government is doing lot many things for urbanization. The 100 cities smart cities project is an example of that thing, and urban rejuvenation mission for the 500 cities in India is another example. Almost 1000 crores, well, 1 lakh crores had already been allocated for urbanization in India, and now the second year is going on, almost third year is going on. Many of the cities had cleared the first stage of the smart city challenge. If we talk about the professional planning education in India, then basically geographers, that is MA geography, sociologists, MA sociologists, sociology, economists, MA economics, and architects and engineers join the M.Plan program or M.Tech planning courses. At many of the places they call it M.Tech planning. It's a 2-year program, and then they get the 1 year experience. Then they become eligible for the Institute of Town Planners membership, and then they can practice as a planner. This is how one person become a professional planner, and he can use the certificate, the license given by the Institute of Town Planners to further practice in the field. Only 21 institutions in India are offering the Masters of Planning course. If we talk about the program structure and facilities at UPES, we offer Bachelors of Planning also, and we offer Masters of Planning course with specialization in urban regional planning, with specialization in transportation planning and environmental planning. The 2-year long Master's program is a flagship program which leads up to award of an M.Plan degree. The program offers several specializations, as I had already told you, which draws on the strength of the school, constituent colleges, and university, because we have environment department which is very strong in infrastructure. We have very good law college, we have very good management college, through which we pool lot many resources to help the students. The program offers core courses to develop theoretical knowledge in urbanization processes, planning approaches, challenges of urbanization, as well as land use planning. We also talk of governance in development and socio-economic issues of urban and regional areas and environmental issues. These all are the core courses that are offered to all the M.Plan guys. Students will select the specialization by opting as per the personal goals. The guys who are going for urban regional planning, they will be preparing master plans, regional development plans, and city development plans. The target is to educate and train students with interdisciplinary knowledge and skills and ability to work from local to the regional level. So primarily urban and regional planning planner will be dealing with the master plans, regional development plans, city development plans. Hence all the labs which will going to offer over a period of 2 years will focus upon these three things. If you talk about Masters of Planning, Planning, Transportation planning is a cross-cutting specialization and crucial in planning sustainable development and ensuring accessibility for all. Today, accessibility is a very big challenge. Transport planning is about preparing, assessing, and implementing policies, plans, and projects to improve and manage our transport systems. There is a need for transport planning on a local, regional, national, and international level. It can involve understanding the link between the transport and the future shape of our towns and cities, the economy, even, the environment and the climate change, the quality of the life. It is also about changing people's attitude towards travel to encourage use of the alternative to the private cars. Transportation planning offers studios on preparing comprehensive mobility plans and transportation plan at the city as well as the regional level. The third specialization that we are offering is environmental planning, in which the studios will be focusing upon the EIA called Environment Impact Assessment and the EMP called Environmental Management Plans at the various levels. If you look at the curriculum, then you can see that core courses MPLC 701 to MPLC 731, ranging from socio-economic basis up till the planning history and theory. These are the core courses, and then students can elect as per their specialization. Like URP guys can elect for the housing and environmental planning. Environment guys can elect introduction to environmental planning, and urban transport planners will be electing urban transport planning. And all the students of all the specialization will be doing the same lab in this session in this semester. First, they will be completing a 3 credit lab of rural component lab, and lab 2 will be the area or a zonal planning lab. In the second semester, there will be 4 core courses and then the various courses as per the specialization, and students will be doing the exercise of a master plan level or a city level. In this, they will be preparing the plans as per their specialization. In the third semester, the students will be working at the regional level, and students of transportation will be preparing a comprehensive mobility plan, and URP guys will be preparing the regional or a metropolitan region plan. Like you would have heard about NCR, National Capital Region. They also have a plan. In the last semester, students will be focusing upon their dissertation, which is of 12 credits, and apart from that, we will be teaching them 2 subjects: professional practice for planners and development finance. We have very good facilities at UPES. We have dedicated systems with 16 GB of RAM and Neon processors on which GIS runs at a good pace, and we have very good softwares like GIS, we have AutoCAD and other licensed versions. We have good map and printing facility. We have very good environment lab, noise and air quality we can measure. We can measure the water quality. We have another CAD lab. We also have workshops. And apart from that, we have all the facilities required to survey the fields. Apart from that, we have very good studios in which you can work till late night up till 2 o'clock. It is allowed, and you can sit and work. This is a view of a master's studio in which you can see at the back the high-end computing machines are installed, so that you don't have to move to the lab. You can work here. You can work on the GIS sitting here only, and the teacher will be coming and discussing the things here. Now we need to understand what kind of skill set basically is required. So students who will be working with us for 2 years, studying with us for 2 years, basically will be exposed to area and zonal level plans. Uh, he will be having an ability, he will learn the ability to prepare the area and the zonal plans. He can prepare the master plans, he can prepare the regional plans. Infrastructure project I mean through this word I mean he can prepare the DPRs for the BRTS projects. He can prepare the DPR of other projects, maybe it may be a pedestrian projects, slum redevelopment projects, micro market research analysis. It is very important from the real estate point of view. The guys who are architects and want to move to the real estate field, they need to understand what kind of supply of the residential project is in the market, what kind of commercial supply is in the market of a certain city, and they see many cities together also. They will also learn how to do the pre-feasibility, how to prepare the DPR, how to deal with the land acquisition and management issues and project management issues. This is one of the work of the students of M.Plan first semester. They had prepared the area level plan for Dudli area, Dehradun. And you can see the kind of built form they had proposed for this area, and you can also see a river going from the mid. So they had worked on the riverfront development also in this project. This is another project that the students of M.Plan had completed in 2016. In the second semester, they had prepared a master plan for the Rishikesh planning area. If we talk about internships, our students had prepared the proposal for the Kanpur and Bareilly city when they were working for the Vasuprata consultant, who was a sub consultant to Darasha. They had prepared the DPR for Dhanbad urban roads, Jharkhand. Three of the students were hired for this project, and Kanpur's smart city project had cleared the stage, and now it is in the second stage. Transport Research and Injury Prevention Program trip at IIT Delhi was joined by one of the students, and he had done the research on the freight transportation in Delhi. One of the students had worked at the AG in Himachal and prepared the development plan for Kullu Guntur agglomeration, and apart from that he also prepared the base map of New Shimla. One of the girl students in Dehradun had worked in the Directorate of Urban Development Dehradun, and she reviewed the city sanitation plan of the Doiwala. These are the projects that the students had done in the 2017 thesis project or dissertation. So one of the students had taken up the ITS in bus transportation for Meera Bhayandar Municipal Corporation. One of the students has done the thesis on the smart city proposal. Transportation and traffic management plan for NH24 Ghaziabad was taken up by one of the students. One student had analyzed the public transportation of Dehradun city, and the proposal was very much appreciated by this SV Traffic Dehradun. Critical assessment of PMGSY project in Bageshwar district was done by one of the students. Planning for parking management system, the case of Shimla, was done by one of the students. Critical analysis of the pedestrian project at Rajpur Road. This project was also appreciated by the juror. The planning profession offers lot many opportunities. The student can work as a private practitioner, and they can own a town planning office, and they can offer the town planning consultancy. And many of the students who had done the M.Plan from the other colleges, they had opened their consultancies. They also work in architecture and planning firms. They open their NGOs also, and they work in NGOs because they understand the various sectors, whether it is related to water sector, whether it is related to rehabilitation, whether it is uh, uh, related to something else. They understand these issues very very well, and they know how to procure money from the various departments, how to access the funds. So hence the planners go to NGO also. They work with the government institutions also. They work with the ULBs. Many of the municipal corporations have the urban planners. Many of the development authorities have the urban planners, and various other departments also has the planners. Then real estate organizations and consultancies also hire planners. What they do is they basically plans the project for a real estate agency. How many units will come, how many flats will come, what is the basically the FAR, how the city will going to grow. These kind of issues a planner deals with. Hence he is very suitable for real estate organizations. They can go to the academics, and they can work in the research and development also. We have a very good learning environment at School of Planning and Architecture, UPES. The student interact and they work in a very uh, interactive environment which enhance their analytical, communicational, managerial, and decision making skills. Lot many expert lecture happens at UPES. Mr. B.S. Soki is basically delivering the lecture here, and he is talking of master plans. Dr. Balakrishnan, she is talking about the transportation system in Mumbai. You can see how the students are working in the studio and what kind of environment is there. So students sit late and do the work. And this is the activity zone you can see that is basically for the School of Planning and Architecture. So urban planning is a profession that offers a wide range of opportunity for people with many different talents and aspirations. And basically students who do the urban planning, they go to many type of organization, they work. There are a lot many consultancies in India which are offering jobs. There are development management consultancies which offers jobs in this field. Thank you very much. If you have any query, please let me know. Is there any query? Good evening. Good evening, Ajra. Good evening, Harshil. First of all, I will take up the question of the Anjana. The career prospects that planning offers is huge. The students, when they pass out, they can join many of the consultancies. There are a lot many consultancies in India which offers job in this field. What they do is they provide consultancy for the many of the development related projects. They prepare the master plans, they prepare the zonal plans, they prepare the DPRs. So there are specialized companies like few work in the transportation field, few work in the infrastructure field like sewerage, stormwater, drainage, few work in the master planning area. So there are many development consultancies which offers the job. Even in academics also there are n number of jobs. There are n number of jobs in the government sector also. Government hire the planners on a ad hoc basis also and on permanent basis also. So there are n number of opportunities. Harshil, you want to know are what we are looking in a planner, in a civil engineer basically, who is applying for the planning. Basically, you need to understand that till date you was working on the basically designing the structural designing of the projects. You was dealing with the material, you was dealing with the strength. Here you will be dealing with a larger number of population. You will be trying to understand their needs. You will be basically planning for the future. Here what the kind of attitude that you should have, you will be engaged with lot many consultants, because lot many civil engineers will be working with you in your team, lot many architects will be working with you, and lot many other social scientists and geographers will be working with your team. So you need to basically, in the coming future, you need to learn the teamwork, because you will be managing the whole project on your own, and that kind of ability you should have. The one of the most important thing is the team working. If you're a you can work well in teams, then it will be a very suitable profession for you. Simi, I can only tell about School of Planning and Architecture. If you want to know something about School of Planning and Architecture, I can tell. But yeah, it is very, very good for law. Is there any other query? The prior skills that are required is like, if it will be very good if you know something about AutoCAD, if you know something about GIS. So these are the two skills, if you have, that will going to help you. Otherwise, we're going to basically train you for both of the skills. And apart from that, you can read the newspaper on the daily basis to understand the infrastructure related issues. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.